and we can search here for ECS. Okay, Elastic Container Service. Let's click on this. The first step will be creating a cluster. Okay, so we'll define a ECS cluster itself. So let's click on the cluster. Okay, let's create a cluster here. Let's give some name for the ECS cluster. So I'm putting this name, dev cluster 101. Okay, and any number you can give as per your choice. Infrastructure, we will go for serverless. There are two options, like what will be the type of our underlying infrastructure for running the container service. Okay, so it has two options. The first one is AWS Fargate, that is pay as we go, and pay as we use pricing model will be applied. And Amazon ECS instance, that will be a complete dedicated virtual machine in the background in order to run the container itself. Okay, so in this, with this option, the pricing will be comparatively higher. Okay, so we will go with the AWS Fargate itself, the serverless option. Okay, and all other options are there, like if you want encryption, okay, the tags we can apply, and the monitor, if you want the monitoring of the container, then also we can select. Okay, so all these options, as we are doing the practical demonstration, that is just for the demonstration itself, so we are not opting for this option, but in the definitely in the production environment, all these options can be set up. Okay, so let us skip this part as of now, and yeah, that's it. We have given the name of the cluster, launch type, service, underlying infrastructure type will be the AWS Fargate itself. Let's create it. Okay, it will take few seconds to get this ECS cluster ready. Okay, so let's wait for some time. Yeah, we can refresh it in after few seconds. Okay, so this cluster is here, dev cluster 101. Okay, next step is to define a task. Okay, so task definition will be the next step. So let us go into the task definition itself. Let's create a new task definition. Okay, give a task name here. Okay, infrastructure, what will be the infrastructure? So again, we will select the AWS Fargate itself, and OS we will selecting the Linux itself. Okay, we have the other options also, like Windows Server 2009-20. Okay, and we have both architecture of the Linux, so we'll select the default one. So for the infrastructure, there will be default one virtual CPU. There are more options here. Okay, but we will go with the default one, the least one, that is one virtual CPU, and 3 GB memory will be allocated. Okay, task role, let's select a task definition here, or you can create a task role itself. So it's a task role that previously I have created a ECS cluster. Okay, so this task role is already created here, but if not, you will be prompted to create a fresh task role here. Okay, so this role will be automatically created and will have some required permissions, okay, from AWS in order to launch the container service and all. Okay, so let me select this one, default one. Okay, task definitions role. Okay, and yeah, container service, so container definition, so we can give the name of the container details here. Okay, so I'm giving the name Nginx container. Okay, this part is very important, like if you have a private repository where you have uploaded your container image, okay, so you can specify the full path of the repository here, from where it will pull the image of the container. Okay, and it will create the container service itself. Okay, but for this demonstration, we have to pull the image, latest image of the Nginx web server. So I'll give the name here Nginx. So on the, let's see, Nginx Docker image. On the Docker Hub, this is Docker pull Nginx. So let's pick up this name here, Nginx, and we'll pull the latest version here. Okay. So there are various other versions also available. Okay, but we will go with the latest one itself. Okay, so from Docker Hub, it will pull the latest image of Nginx. Okay, so that is the repository part. Next, we have to expose some port. Okay, so the port 80 will be by default because we have to see the default Nginx page on the browser itself. So port 80 is needed. Okay, and it will be HTTP will be allowed itself. Okay, that's fine. And resource allocation, that is fine. We already have opted one, the one virtual CPU, 3 GB hard limit. Soft limit is 1 GB itself. Okay. Yeah, all those options, we can define the environment variables also. We can pass the environment variable from some external file itself. Okay. So all those advanced options are there. So we are not going into that as of now. And log collection will be by default because container runs in the underlying infrastructure, like in AWS Fargate. Okay, infrastructures are being launched, but we don't have the direct access to those infrastructure. We don't have any access. It is all being managed by the AWS ECS itself. Okay, so in case so if there is any error in our code, okay, and if we need to debug and trace, okay, so logging is the best option. So we need to enable the logging here. Okay, so this checkbox is by default selected here. Okay, and all other advanced options are here, like restart policy, health check, container timeout, container network setting. Okay, all those different various kinds of advanced options are there. Okay, so we are not going into that as in this video. Okay, and yeah, so that's the list definitions we have given, and we should create it. So this was about our task definition. Okay, so task definitions successfully created. Okay, and next step, we have to launch the container, run the container itself. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we can do that from here, create service, submit service, run tasks. These three options are there. From these options, we can launch our container, but I'll describe the other way. So let's go back into the cluster itself. So within the cluster, okay, let us create a service. In the service, let's create a service here. Okay, and select the launch type, that will be Fargate itself. Okay, application type will be service. Task definition. So in the previous step, the task we have created, that my Nginx task, that will appear here. We have to select this task here. Okay, and yeah, service name. My Nginx service, we need to specify the name of the service. Replica, like we can specify the how many instances of this service we need to run parallelly. Okay, so you can specify more than one here. Okay, so this is for the purpose of the load balancing. Okay, that we don't have to rely on only one instance. Okay, so instead we can launch multiple instances. So in case one instance gets unhealthy, okay, so the traffic will be served from the other instances of replica instances. Okay, so we can specify. Let's specify 2 instances of now for this demonstration. So parallel 2 instances, 2 container services will be launched for this instance itself. Okay, so that is one thing. And further in the networking part, that's important. Okay, so it will be launched on the default VPC, and all the default subnets will be selected here. And for the security group, let's create a new security group, or you can select an existing security group also. So I think we have created a security group. Okay, let's create a fresh security group here. Okay, I'm just giving this name, ECS Container Security Group SG. just to identify. So I'm giving this unique name here. Okay, and within this security group, what port will be allowed? So again, we have to enable the HTTP port here. Okay, and that is from the anywhere as of now for the demonstration. But in the production environment, make sure it will be it should be allowed from certain specific IP address on the CIDR block itself. Okay, in order to make it secure. So for now, we will go through the anywhere because it's we are just doing for the dev testing purpose. Okay, so that is fine. And public, this is very important option. The public IP should be turned on. Until we will not turn this, we will not get the public IP for the container that we are going to launch, and we will not be able to browse that on the browser itself. Okay, so in that, for that purpose, we need to enable this public IP itself. Okay, and there are further advanced options are load balancing, VPC options itself, service auto scaling. Okay, all these options are useful in the production environment. Okay, so we are not touching these options as of now. Let us create this container service itself. Let's create it. Okay, so Nginx service deployment is in progress. It will take few minutes. Okay, so by the time it is in progress, our service will appear here once it is deployed. Okay, so let us, yeah, we have to wait few moments because once it will be deployed, then we will be able to move forward further in order to browse the Nginx deployed Nginx container. Okay, on the browser itself. Okay, so let's wait for some time. Yeah, see, while it is provisioning, we can see the active one, the pending one. It is the status is currently pending. Okay, yeah, the service is available in this grid here. Okay, deployment is in progress. Status is active. Replica 2 replica 0 of 2. Okay, so we have opted for 2 replica to be instantiated parallelly, but out of 2, no any replica has the container service is in up and running because deployment is in progress itself. Okay, so when you will go inside that, we can see it is last status running, desired status running. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so yeah, I hope it is still in progress. Okay, so what we have to do next, like in any, so we have opted for two replica to parallel to run, right? So once you will click on this first one, anyone you can select. Let's select the first one. Okay, so here you will get this public IP. Okay, and this is the private IP. So we can make use of this public IP in order to browse the service itself. Okay, so when you will go back in the second task, you will get different public IP. Okay, and we can see that this is 26.224. Let us remember, and in the first task, this is 190.102. Okay, so 2 different instances of this service is being deployed. Okay, so let me check if any one of is completely up and running or not. So what we will do, let us take this public IP and let's browse this IP here. Yes, so we have done it. We can see the Nginx web server is running on this IP. Okay, parallelly, we can see the other instance. So let me check this one also. I think second one is still provisioning, so that's why it is taking time. But in few minutes, it will also be up and running. So we can see that was the demonstration, like creating the ECS cluster and deploying our container service. Okay. So further, there are options like you can update this container service itself. Okay, update service. Okay, you can increase the instances itself. Like previously, we have selected 2 replica. If you want, you can increase or decrease that. Okay, so that all processes are there. Okay, so deployment status still is in progress. Okay, let me. So this will also come up in few moments. Okay, so that was about creating the ECS container service on ECS itself, AWS infrastructure, and that's it. We will come back for more interesting videos on ECS and other services about the AWS. Okay, so if you like this video, guys, I would request please like and subscribe my channel. Okay, so that you will get notified for all the upcoming videos from my channel itself. Okay, and it is also for required for motivating the team for create more such interesting videos for the community and my developer friends itself. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video. Stay connected, stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you.